Hey, this is 40 Mid here at Cloud Studios. So today I'll be bringing you through my process of how I make a beat, and I'll show you a little bit of mixing techniques. Nothing too complex or advanced, but I'm just gonna kind of show you the basics of automation and kind of how you can do those things, how you can do automation in FL, and how that can kind of improve your the quality of your beats and your workflow, and it allows you to and how it'll allow you to achieve certain sounds that you may not be getting without it. So yeah, I'm just gonna start cooking up. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go try it. Actually, gonna be making a beat, no samples today. I haven't done this in a minute. Pretty recent, but mostly a sample-based producer. If you know my music. Okay, keys. All right. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm gonna just use this thing called Unison Audio. Unison Audio is a company, sound design company, and they make different plugins, I believe, and they also did a MIDI pack. So basically, it allows you to gives you all the chords within certain keys. So I'm just gonna work in A minor. That's A to A on all white notes. Uh, and that's a pretty easy scale to kind of figure out when you first start producing. You can kind of figure out the chords in that way easier than other scales that have more black notes in them. Boom 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 boom. Let's see, extended chords. Let's just feel it out. All right, cool. Let's see what the tempo. Slow it down. Let's do 120. All right, boom. Start with that 3 chord. All right, gonna go another chord. Let's do. Yeah, there we go. Well, A minor 11. Let's see. Actually, we could just do instead of doing anything syncopated. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna stretch this out to 4 bar. Well, this chord is gonna be 2 bars. It's gonna be 2 bars. If you hit Control B, that'll show you how to duplicate things easier, so you don't have to input the notes in manually yourself. Went to the slice tool. You can go to the slice tool by also hitting S. Is it S? No, C. C is the slice tool. So I'm going to pick another chord. As a turnaround. Nope. Ooh, okay. Alright, G add 9, like that. Boom. I might choose a different chord for the one now. Might go to an F. Nope. Nope. F9. Okay, F major 9. So major to minor to major to minor to suspended chord. All that means is just, I'm changing the mood every chord we go to, so it's not all minor chords. cool. We got a nice little chord progression. Just gonna delete that. So now I'm gonna layer this sound. Usually I won't start with my drums. I'll mostly get the vibe of the song before I even start adding drums, because that can kind of take it to a whole different direction, and I want to have kind of the meat and potatoes already done. Alright, cool. Actually, let's change this because I use these a lot. Nice little pad sound. Boom, boom. So next, let's get a little pluck action going. Could go back to Triton. I don't want to use too many instances of this plugin because it takes a lot of DSP, digital signal processing. So it just takes up more CPU on your computer, and it's kind of harder to use. Cool. We got a bell sound. I'm gonna add this bell just as like a way to give the progression more spice. It's gonna be like a little counter melody. You'll see in a second. But yeah, I don't want it, covering up the main chord progression. So I don't want to do anything too crazy. Start at the top of that chord. Different sound for the bell, because I'm just not liking that one. That might be cool. It's too thin. That's cool. Buried in the back. Lower the volume of it so it sits in the mix a little bit better, and I don't want it to be too out there. I just want it to be like a nice little accent. Nothing crazy. Let's see what else we're gonna add. Let's do a little bass action. Go to Mini Monster. This is a Mini Moog plugin emulator. It's really good, and I don't think it's too expensive. So be on the lookout for it if you can afford it. I'm just, in the way I'm figuring out this melody, I'm just hearing it in my head. The more you do it, and the more you listen to other music and reference other songs, like your mental bank of different melodies, chord progressions, patterns, and chord rhythms and bass rhythms will you'll build it over time, and then you'll adapt it in your own voice. Cool, let's see how this sounds. So maybe that'll be the turnaround for that, and we can just do this. This third section here. Yeah, there we go. Let's see how it sounds in context. There's no real method to how I'm figuring this out. I'm just feeling it out, hearing a melody in my head, and just going from there. I'm gonna change up the bass. Yeah, I think I like this bass sound. Next. What I'm gonna do next is use Arcade. Arcade is a really dope plugin. It's like Splice, but it's a sample manipulator as well. And they have all these different, I guess you could say sample banks and like different loops and stuff like that. I don't want to like stand for them because I mean they're a company not associated with Upbeat, but they're good. It is definitely a game changer. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna read some of these kit descriptions. Let's go kits, go feed our lines. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm thinking this is gonna be like a 90s R&B inspired beat, but at the same time keep it modern. So I'm looking for this one specific thing, and it's not a vocoder. Here we go. Cool. So this is gonna give like it's basically these are samples of vocoder chops. Like they processed these and made their own little vocoder samples and stuff like that. So let's hear it in context. We are having underrun issues. Okay, so if you're ever having underrun issues, what you will do is you go to audio settings, and then you go to your buffer length, and then you increase your buffer length. So let's see if I can do that. Okay, now we shouldn't have as many problems. All right, I'm gonna go to our piano roll. I might just use this one. You know what? We're gonna pitch it up an octave as well if it wants to open. 1 octave. There we go. Actually, I want to use a different one because I've already used this one before. Let me close out of all my other programs. Boom. Back to Arcade. We're almost to automation. Hold up. We're almost there. Stay with me. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, star-crossed. Oh, it's in the wrong key. That's why. So I'm gonna set my key to A minor. I like that. So I'm like, basically what I'm trying to do is emulate a sample from like the 90s, like an R&B sample, but I'm gonna use Arcade as that kind of replacement so I don't get copyright flagged. So on this last one, I just wanted to do like, I just wanted to like do it twice. Just to give it some vibe. And yeah, I mean, I think next, like, we can add some drums. Let's go to our trap kits. Actually, let's go to my industry kits. Lockdown Grind. This is a Native Instruments sample pack. It's really good. They have super high quality drum sounds. You know, let's go for this snare first because I want something kind of interesting. Okay, that's a good snare. I'm a smart switch disable to also save some CPU. Hopefully that saves some. Alright, so now we're just gonna copy and paste our snare in. Boom, boom, boom. We'll mute our bass because it seems to be having trouble processing. Alright, cool. We get somewhere. Let's do some hi-hats. I like small percussion, like small sounding percussion. I don't want anything too heavy because I'm an engineer, and sometimes the heavy stuff, depending on the genre, works. But this is like kind of like a romantic R&B ballad, so I don't want to do anything like too abrasive as far as like drum selection goes. And also, that's the first main thing. Like, make sure you pick good sounds. Make sure you have good sounds, because if your sounds sound bad, then the beat's gonna sound bad, because like it's not high quality. Even like your instruments, make sure your instruments are high quality. It took me a long time to learn that, and then once I stepped up my I guess sound selection game, that's when the level and quality of my beats kind of increased. So what we're gonna do is select that. Use the selector tool, and if you hit Shift and then you drag, that allows you to move stuff over. I'm just kind of feeling out the rhythm in my head. There's really no way I'm doing this in particular. I don't have a method to it. A method I used to follow is I would do my kick and snare first, and then wherever my kick would hit, I would do a snare roll. Not a snare roll, a hi-hat roll. So that's one method you could follow, but a lot of it just comes from the feeling. Sometimes you might play it out by hand, and that'll be it. But this is, kind of already had an idea where I wanted to go with it. So we got our main like rolling hat, and we're just gonna pick a hat that has a little bit more body, and that's gonna be our like kind of hat that keeps it tempo. So I like this one. So that's gonna be on every beat. Let's see. Actually, let's do right click and then fill each 8 steps. So. Way to kind of, you want to work in, if you're making loop-based music, you want to make sure your loops kind of have a resolution. So that's why I added that extra chord on the last bar, and then I'm adding this clap in at the end, just so like sounds like it's the end of the loop. And for an artist, that's a good thing to know, because he was like, okay, well, I heard that, then I know I got another 8 bars coming up. It'll just be easy for you to kind of like, for artists to write to your beats if you have like resolution. So let's do kick pattern. I don't want anything too abrasive. Like I said earlier, shorten this kick. All right, cool. Boom, boom. Let's do this. Boom. All right. So a little too early. And I'm just gonna put it on the bass notes, like wherever my bass is sitting, I'm gonna do a kick, you know. And that's just kind of, you know, the bass and the. Let's see, I'll add my bass back in. I'm gonna mute the other instruments. The bass is gonna add that kind of vibe to it. Transfer disable for this one. And yeah, so last thing I will add is an open hat. There's a specific one I like a lot. Actually, the 40-minute drum kits. Drum kits coming soon, y'all. I've just been designing some drum kits for the past couple of years, and you know, just my own personal collection, but I might release them to the public eventually. All right, boom, open hat. I'm gonna add an open hat. So I'm gonna put it on right here. All right. So we got a little whole beat right here. Yeah, that's a whole beat right there, y'all. That's a whole beat. I'm digging that. So now let's see what we want to do. Okay. I'm gonna bring this into the playlist, and then I'm gonna go into song mode at the top left. Go to the pattern, and then we're just gonna do split by channel. Usually, you know, I name my tracks, but I'm at a bit of a crunch time here, so I just want to get this out of the way for y'all. Boom. Okay. All right. Okay. Boom. Solid. So now we have our instruments. I'm going to just render and replace these audio clips just so I can save some processing power. And that just kind of makes it an audio clip and burns in the MIDI to audio. So yeah. All right. Please do not crash, FL. All right, we good. FL, you love me. All right, let's do another quick render. Let's do it for all these. Oh, oops, did the wrong one. It's okay. Basically, quick render does the same thing. It just doesn't replace it in your playlist. So you have to remember to go to your samples and then drag it in. All right, that's number 2 down. Bring you in here. In here. All right, boom, same thing. Triton, render in place. Oh, start. Let's see how we're doing. Doing on time. Oh, we're at 30 minutes, but that's okay. I'll give you a little bit more. It's kind of hard to make a full beat in 30 minutes like I do, but we're gonna make it work, y'all. We're gonna make it work. And then arcade is our last sound. Okay, boom. And I've decided I'm gonna make this a 2-part series. So we have the beat. Showed you basically how to make a 90s R&B style beat. The things I kind of went over, making sure you're in key. If you can find things like unison, or if you find unison on the internet, the MIDI pack, how to make chord progressions, how to feel it out, and kind of sound selection is key. And then I'll teach you in the next session essentially how your sound selection will impact your mixing. And then from mixing, we can go into automation and more in-depth things. So yeah, that was your boy 40 Mid. Appreciate you for being here today. And I hope you enjoyed yourself and learned something. All right.